I'm going to talk about 5 things that have happened since my last SpaceX video about the Big Falcon Rocket. In the past 2 weeks, SpaceX has been raising money, working towards the Falcon Heavy Launch, and have even been working with an aspiring interplanetary beer company. None of the occurrences are substantial enough for its own video, so I'm throwing them all in the pot in the first episode of my new soup series. Will this soup satisfy your SpaceX fix? I hope so. Welcome to NeoScribe, research in the future for you, so you don't have to. If you're new to my channel, I cover topics such as space exploration, robotics, and all things future. So if you want to know how cool life will be like in the future, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out. In no particular order, the first thing was on November 27th, SpaceX President Gwynne Shotwell announced that the first launch of the Falcon Heavy has been pushed back to the first few weeks of 2018. If you don't know, the Falcon Heavy is SpaceX's latest rocket and is essentially a Falcon 9 rocket with 2 additional Falcon 9 first stages strapped on as boosters, and it will be the most powerful operational rocket in the world. I made a video last month covering the Falcon Heavy in more detail and everything SpaceX has to do to prepare for its first launch. So if you want to learn more about that, click on the notification card at the top of the screen. The second thing, on December 1st, Elon Musk tweeted that the Falcon Heavy's first payload will be an original 2008 cherry red Tesla Roadster. How cool is that? According to astronomer and science writer Dr. Phil Plait, the Roadster will be put on an elliptical heliocentric orbit around the Sun, but will travel near Mars in a Hohmann transfer orbit. And this is an easier way to send something near Mars. Musk said that if everything goes well, the car will potentially be in deep space for 1 billion years or so. This won't be the first time SpaceX had fun with an initial launch. In 2010, they launched a wheel of cheese into space on the first launch of the Dragon spacecraft. I want Falcon Heavy's first launch to be successful that much more because I think it would be so awesome to have a Tesla Roadster orbiting the Sun for 1 billion years. That is a cool way for humanity to leave its mark in the solar system. The third item is on November 27th, SpaceX filed a Form D or Notice of Exempt offering of securities. Privately held companies that raise capital are required to file a Form D with the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission or SEC. Here is SpaceX Form D from the SEC website. Now let's look at this part here. SpaceX offered common stock in the company. The investors are unknown at this time. Then towards the bottom of the form, it shows the amount of money they raised. This is actually the second time they filed a Form D. The first Form D was submitted on August 8th. So let's look at the dollar figure on that one. On August 8th, SpaceX sold about $350 million worth of shares. Now let's look at Form D from November 27th. That they sold the remaining $100 million for a total of just under $450 million. That's some serious fundraising. The money will be used for the construction of the Big Falcon Rocket prototype, or BFR. Elon Musk said at the 2017 International Astronautical Congress that he hopes to start construction by April 2018, and I hope they do. The fourth item is on December 12th, SpaceX will launch 20 barley seeds on their next cargo mission to the International Space Station. SpaceX is launching the seeds for Budweiser, who back in March announced that it wants to be the first beer on Mars. Budweiser is committed to this and is starting their plan off by studying how these seeds will react in microgravity. The barley seeds will orbit the Earth in the International Space Station for 30 days, and it will be involved in 2 experiments, one being barley germination. Aside from this being a publicity stunt, this helps bring the idea for Mars colonization to the conscience of society. And it shows that mainstream culture is starting to be excited about becoming a multiplanetary species, and that's what we need to make it work. And the fifth and last item is SpaceX President Gwynne Shotwell told SpaceNews.com that SpaceX plans to launch at least 30 rockets in 2018. Let's look at the past 7 years of SpaceX launches. They slowly built up to 9 launches in 2016, and they're going to double that with 20 this year in 2017, and then up to 30 in 2018. So you can see they've really exploded in the past 2 years. 30 launches, that will be quite an achievement in 2018, and I can't wait to see them pull it off. But I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think about anything I've covered here. Do you think the Falcon Heavy will successfully launch the Tesla Roadster on its way towards Mars? Or do you think the $450 million SpaceX raised since August will be used to start construction of the BFR by April 2018? comment below. I hope you enjoyed your journey. If you did, please leave a like. And if you're interested in space exploration, robotics, and all things future, join the NeoScribe tribe and subscribe. I am NeoScribe, and this is the end of our journey.